Yo, what's good, everyone? Dead Prayers coming at y'all. Little chart and chill. I had a little mess up right there. I thought I started the stream earlier, but I did not click the go live button. My bad, y'all. But I got a few charts to look at. Also, you guys could drop in the comments or in the chat any charts you guys want me to look at and go through any charts today. First chart I really want to look at is this daily that I've been talking about, BABA. These trend lines have been respected pretty perfectly right here. I do think with the market on a downtrend right here, under 88 could be a nice flush out. 86.50 is the safest entry, that 78, but I do like jumping the gun a little bit early. It's right under that trend line. I do think the momentum will take it all the way under 86.50 to that 78 range. That's on BABA. Especially now that some of those US recession, US inflation fears are kind of pouring over into Hong Kong. Also look at Amazon on the daily. You can see here. This. We can see here, Amazon failed this breakout over its final resistance. Now it's back on its little downtrend. Kind of confirms the downtrend if it can't break out. And now we see a big gap down right here, waiting at 123.79. Lower the music a bit. My bad. Here, I'll try to get it just really quiet. No, if it's still too loud. I do like Amazon right here for puts under that 123.50 level. I think you slide to that 105, 110 range. We played BA today. You can see BA lost these supports. This is kind of in free fall mode, so it's a little bit risky to get in puts tomorrow, but I do like if the market's still in a downtrend tomorrow. I do like taking BA still to the downside because I think it's got a lot of room still to go down to that 130 area. Once the market closed, we got some news with Biden talking about he wants to refill the reserves, and that should be some really big demand coming for oil with inflation already high. So I'm looking at Oxy on the 1 hour. It's been consolidating, pulling back, but I do think with this refilling of the reserves, we could see enough demand spike right there that Oxy and oil will get another boom up. So I'm watching Oxy over 68 the week. And tomorrow's probably not going to be too good. We got PPI coming out tomorrow. We had CPI come out today and kill the market. So PPI and CPI are both not future. They're tracking stuff that's in the past, you know. And the market is a forward-looking entity. So I do feel like some people are getting a little bit confused trying to sell on down days, and that's how you lose money, is when you sell it because everyone else is selling. It's just not smart. Today was not a good day to sell any of your shares. Good day to short the market in and out, but XOM's chart on the hourly is just a little bit kind of uglier, but you could say over 97 because it's got these two averages right here, 96.78 being the last one on the hourly. You could jump the gun right here a little bit, but I would say to be safe, take it over that 97 range for a pushback over to 99.50. I just think Oxy is a little bit stronger because the chart does look better here. It's got more room to run. Came down harder, and Warren Buffett's been buying up Oxy, so if you get any kind of big push on a day where Buffett's buying, oil demand's high, and all of that, be a big runner. It'll run real hard for you. See, Amazon just got killed on the hourly. So we're watching that final support right here. Baba's super close. Baba's just been chopping around on this trend line. I feel like tomorrow could be the day if I breaks through under. So let's look at the dollar index. You see just today that huge green pump in the dollar index, pretty much taking out every game that the market had over the last week. Let's get dollar on the day. A lot of people were saying the dollar was going to roll over here at 110. It did, and then just bounced right back. So if we can see the dollar make new highs, it's just going to be more and more pain for all the perma bulls out there. Look on the how crazy the dollar has been. It's been insane, right? That consolidation broke. This is 2017, 2019 highs from the month. Just a little cup forming here with the handle breakout. 120. 120 is the 2002 highs, and then we got when the dollar reached 164, 85 depression years. So the dollar is just real hot right now. Oxy over 68. Yeah, I do like Oxy over SOXS, SQQ. Sorry, did great today. Yeah, those are the short ones, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, Jane, are you buying shares of those, or are you just trading those? I do like trading these on, down days, but share-wise, I don't really think they're the best. It could be a good hedge, though, to have in a long-term portfolio, I guess. Look on the 5-minute, all these charts have just got smoked. Roku, a lot of buys today. Kathy Wood came in and bought, I think, 17 million shares of Roku today. Still couldn't really hold it up. Yeah, that's smart. Try to hedge in a market like this, Look at LMT. Even the inflation-proof LMT is getting worked. Look at the daily on LMT. A little bit I can see a little bit of that inverse head and shoulders kind of forming. Here's one shoulder, the head, the other shoulder's kind of forming here. If inflation's here to stay for the year, a bounce on 406 for LMT could be a great move. LMT usually moves up when the market's kind of sideways and going a little bit down, especially on fears or any type of fear of war. LMT will boom up. Get RTX, it's competitor. RTX on the daily just doesn't even boast the strength that LMT has. You see the differences in those charts. One is making a higher low and one's making new lows. You can look at one stock that was pretty strong today, NIO. Even with the rest of the market falling, NIO somehow managed to put up a 1% gain on the day. And if you look at the 2 hour, starting to break out a little bit of this look, kind of like bull flag. Here with the pull here, long flag, little break here, trying to get back to those 24 range. Look even further on the daily. Just a lot of consolidation here. Does look like a reject's coming. I would not take NIO at all over anything until it gets past over 26. This range with all this cloud. I never trade in the clouds, guys. You can watch my Ichimoku video on that. Okay. One of my larger positions, LPS. And you can just see it just has it breaking from this little consolidation. It's been in for almost a month, almost 2 months actually. Yeah, September is usually done. That's just on average though. So it's not like every single time September's gonna be done. Plus we got elections coming up. On the economic events calendar, we got PPI coming out tomorrow morning. The price producer index, I think it stands for. Just gonna show the strength of production and kind of consumers buying, and pretty much just gonna back up exactly what the CPI said. They're both looking in the past. Those track the last like 2 months, 3 months. The market usually looks forward. That's the only thing I'm looking kind of a little bit bullish on. And also, Powell is kind of a perma bull, and he's done this like a bunch of times where he goes a little bit too overzealous on the rates, and then he backsteps. And then once he backsteps, you see the market really push hard. And the question I kind of have is, will Powell backstep these rate hikes? Will he say that he overdid it and then try to ease? Because if he does that, that would trigger a huge run with the Dixie all the way here. So the dollar index, what the hell? Yeah, with the dollar all the way here. And the thing with inflation is, inflation really shouldn't be that bad with the dollar so strong. So it kind of makes you think, how bad is inflation going to be when the dollar starts to come back down? And then that's where I think kind of the Fed has to step in, and they might overstep their boundaries right there with the rate hikes. And today was just more of an overreaction. Whenever you see every stock going down, it's it's not related to that stock or any type of technical analysis on that stock per se. It just has to do with the rates and all that. Just don't print more money. You could say that, but I feel like the whole economic system is built upon debt, so they have to print more money, print more debt. I feel like it will all soon collapse, but that collapse, that inevitable collapse that everybody keeps talking about, market coming down, I don't see it happening in the near future, guys. The greed that these federal bankers and these politicians have is really, really great. They're not going to want this market to come crumbling down. They have a lot of money on the table too. So they're going to they might jostle you around back and forth, but in the end of the day, it's really the patient investor who makes the money, and the traders who just sell on those red days, take their losses, are kind of the ones who always regret that. If you look at the market in the last 20 years, you can see that. Unless you're investing in some random stocks like TDOC, some stuff like that, TDOC could be good, but you gotta invest in market leaders. Oracle chart on the 5-minute is kind of giving me signs that the bottom right here is somewhat been formed. So if market bounces, we can see a little bounce right here on the 75 to 85. But I really like when stuff bounces 3 times like this, because then it will make a really aggressive sale once it comes down under. So I would first set a horizontal ray around like here. I would just kind of watch tomorrow price action. Oracle for me personally is not a good trader. It just moves too slow. It's something I might buy shares of if I wanted the company, or maybe short sale, but I would never really trade options on Oracle. Just not enough volume, not enough interest, and just not enough volatility in it. When you get that volatility, you get those quicker moves. When you get those quicker moves, you can just get in 5 minutes and out the other 5 minutes. You don't have to wait there all day. Plus, when you have that volatility, you need much less of a move to get profit. With Oracle, you might need it to grind up a whole dollar to get 10%, where you can see like Roku just needs to pop up $1 and you might get 30% just off of the difference in interest on options. Meta long term, that the multiples, the fundamentals, you know, the balance sheet, everything's looking good there. It's just the question, is Facebook kind of dying? That's what a lot of people are saying, I feel like. And the chart is kind of backing it up because Meta's been falling out much, much harder than any other stock. And one thing I learned from some great traders is when the market does come down on days like this, you want to look at what stocks bounce back the fastest, what stocks can, you know, survive the fastest. And Meta has not been bouncing back at all. You can see other stocks like AMD maybe, that when it comes down to these levels, it bounces back pretty fast. That's one thing AMD has been known for, is Meta's just kind of been acting dead almost at these levels. There could be news coming. I've heard Meta has a lot of investments coming. They always do invest in R&D, but I would stay away from Meta right here long term share wise, at least personally. I would rather go with something. I would not actually touch the social media realm because I honestly think social media, that Facebook, I know they're trying to get away from that, that's why they changed the name and everything, but it's just, to me, not that profitable in the long term. It's kind of been played out. Yeah, it definitely does look like this consolidation right here. Break out to the lower side. Meta's it's just like Snap. I mean, it's not just like Snapchat because it's a lot more of a tech company than Snapchat. But did you guys see the Twitter news? The shareholders approved Elon Musk buying, I think it was $40 billion or 40 bill. QQQ is just really hugging. It was real lucky it made a higher low here, but barely. That red candle just took everything down. These overreaction days, guys, though, is when I buy shares. I bought 5 shares of AMD. Today I bought a bunch of shares of IHS. I bought some shares of UU. I kept my LVS position the same, but I'm waiting until one day. Probably gonna sell some shares. I got LVS around this 32 range around. I started accumulating shares. And it's just been about almost a month and a half, 2 months. Just been sitting here, up like 20% on the shares, but my price target for the end of the year is more in that 42 range. So I'm holding and just selling calls on my shares, just recoup me some profits. Any other charts you guys want to look at? Uber on the 4 hours. Kind of looks nice right here. A little bit of a cup. Bounce on that orange Ichi line. Watch this on the wrong side, still there. Easy. Man, Verizon's just really been on a downswing, especially on this daily. Gap down 2 is just real ugly. Gap here, gap here, gap here. It's still going lower. Let's try to backdrop it. Man, that just kind of tells the whole story right there. T-Mobile chart versus Verizon chart. One's just going up, one's going down. One company was the best, did nothing, and one company was the second best and started investing all its money into becoming the number one, and T-Mobile kind of just took over VZ. Kind of the same story with Intel, guys. Look at Intel. Oh yeah. old fashions are my favorite drinks right there. I'm really just a dark liquor kind of guy. Yeah, but talking about VZ Samuel, I do have my dividend account video coming out later this week, and it's pretty much with VZ, and I'm kind of like, I'm on the edge with it. Next, I'm still waiting because you don't want to sell when the whole market's down, but once the market starts to come back up, I might have to relocate that Verizon stake into another company personally, because well, I have Verizon too. I'm not even just a Verizon investor, I'm a Verizon customer, and Verizon's service is pretty trash, honestly. And Intel, yeah, man. Intel, I don't know what the fuck the management's doing. Intel literally has I think like 3 or 4 people hired on to like watch and make sure they hire enough diverse people into the company. Like they're paying somebody 200 grand so that they can make sure that certain people are brown, certain people are black, and certain people are yellow that get hired. That's what Intel is doing versus just investing in tech. That's why Intel probably will fail. AMD, but that's not real. The real reason I think AMD is kind of failing too is, I mean, Intel's kind of failing is versus AMD and NVIDIA. AMD and NVIDIA, they fabricate all their products in Taiwan. Intel, they do all their stuff in US. That could be seen as a good and bad thing. The reason why it's hurting Intel now is because that fabrication process in America is more expensive. You have to pay, American workers way more than you would in Taiwan. And the products and everything, just way more expensive for Intel. So they're not seeing as much of a return on those profits for each product that NVIDIA or AMD are, where they make their products a lot cheaper but sell them for a really good price, and their profit margins are a lot higher. The Intel money, that's the only thing keeping me in is the dividend right now. They're holding up the dividend, and then they got a lot of government money coming in. And then Walmart. Walmart is another stock, just like LMT. When the market starts to go sideways or starts to kind of break down, Walmart will kind of grind up and go up because it's seen as somewhat of an inflation-proof stock. No matter what, people are going to go to Walmart, buy their groceries. You can see that kind of shown on this chart where it's not really making new lows like the rest of the market is on the dailies. It's trying to rise out of this wedge right here after a big sell-off. I believe this was right after earnings, yeah. Yeah, but Sammy, Intel and VZ are two of my biggest losers, like the biggest losers in my portfolio right now. Enbridge just got added to the portfolio yesterday. Starting to buy Intel or Enbridge here. I did raise Intel though, and I kept Verizon the same. I'm starting to buy a lot more Intel in this 29 range. With it's around like 5% I think now in my account from like 3. Let's look at AXP. A lot of chop on these payment processors. Look at this chop on Visa. These payment processors are keeping up somewhat with the market while the rest of the market kind of falls a little bit. GM has been on somewhat of a bullish run here. Same with Tesla. You can see Tesla's kind of holding up while the rest of the market falls. That's why I've been watching Tesla kind of a lot this week. Some similarities in that LVS and the Tesla chart right there. Only difference I see is that Tesla, that purple 365 EMA is under and has nothing above it to run back, and LVS is still a little bit hampered by this purple moving average line over it. Banks are just fucked with the interest rates. So once they stop throttling, going back and forth with the interest rates and just give out, I mean, it would be easy. The whole market wouldn't have to fall. The Fed would just have to lay out a whole plan and tell the people exactly what they'll do, but I don't think they'll ever do that. They're never going to come out and say, all right, guys, we're going to do exactly this, and if it doesn't work, we're going to do this. They just love to keep people on their seats and say, we'll have to wait and see, and just buzzwords like that, keep people's fear and uncertainty high. Because banks are just going to keep getting throttled back and forth until the rate hikes kind of stabilize. So we've seen 25 basis point rate hike, then 50, then now we're talking about 75, now people are talking about 100. So once they can give a more stable response and stop having to go back, forth, and once they get a grip on things, then banks should definitely stabilize. And they got a lot of money to keep buying stuff. A good bank maybe over JP Morgan would be Citi. A lot of money sitting on the sidelines, and they did post some of the best profits out of all investment banks, even better than Goldman Sachs. Apple's kind of making a little inverse head and shoulders here too. Shoulder, head, and then a little bit of shoulder here. My plays that I'm mostly watching though, guys, is that BABA daily chart put for puts, Amazon daily chart for puts. I'm just going to watching this BABA trendline break for puts under 88. Move to 78, that's what I'm watching. Amazon daily break of 123.50 or 123 flat, and I like it to that 105 range. Oh yeah, Johnny, thanks for coming out, man. And then I also like, this is on a shorter time frame, and this is mostly news related. The technicals aren't the best here, but Oxy over 68 on the news that Biden wants to refill the reserves, so that should be a big boom for demand in oil. And oil's kind of been turning around here after being high and really hot for the last 2-3 months. So I could definitely see Oxy, who is also supported by Warren Buffett, buying a lot of shares at that 62 to $65 range. All those things align really well for why Oxy would be a great buy over 68. So you can break out of this consolidation. Should run to 70 very easily. 75 might be a little bit harder, but if they're really trying to refill those reserves, you're gonna have to start buying a lot of oil, take it off the market. That should start ramping up demand, and when demand goes higher, oil price goes higher. You gotta buy at 105, adding. On what stock, Jane? On Amazon? Because if you do, that's a smart buy. I like that. 105. I was thinking there's two companies that I really think that would be really beneficial to start buying shares now, kind of wheeling, and those two companies are Amazon and Google. Kind of was leaning more Google because it's a little bit cheaper actually right now, 104. The reason why both are just powerhouses, and if you like wheeling shares, you see that one Google option might go for, on a hot day when Google's running and the rest of the market's running, Google option might go for $100. So just putting up that 10K to buy Google with the share appreciation and selling the covered calls is just a nice method right there. Same with Amazon. Both companies in that $100 range are nice. 110 to 105 for sure on Amazon. Google at 95 to 100 is a nice buying level. SPY's yet to break this trend line, guys. lot of room to fall on SPY. A lot of room. Starting to lose those supports, guys. We'll see though. It's mostly news affected today, this whole week, guys. So that PPI out tomorrow could reverse the markets. We see a lot of overreactionary stuff from the investors, just ready to flip either which way at any point, it seemed. 2 days ago we had a whole market green, everything's up, and the next day everything red. It just kind of shows the ADHD with traders nowadays. They'll just sell or buy anything instantly. Nvidia is in trouble here with the weekly support counters. Final support is 15 level weekly. You're full porting, Jesse? What are you gonna full port, calls or puts? What are you doing? If you were gonna full port tomorrow, I would say, let me give you my favorite option if you're gonna full port. I'd say if market goes red, yeah, you could full port just NQs. You're adding Tesla at 291. Jesse, my only question to you is, instead of playing NQ, why instead not play a stock that's held inside the NASDAQ that might be a little bit more volatile? Because it might give you a quicker move playing the NASDAQ, or are you just trying to look for like kind of less volatility, more of a safer option? Because the NASDAQ is definitely more predictable, such as the SPY and QQQ, than trading just a single stock. So the trade-off there is less volatility, you get less cascader. It is, I mean, if you can master playing the NQ, SPY, or QQQ, really, that's all you need, you know? Just if you can master one thing and make money off of it, that's all you need. It's all about making money. I personally just like the individual stocks because the volatility. I love the volatility. I love when stuff moves fast, up or down. I just like getting in and out. And then I like taking the profits I make on those short scalps and in and outs, and I take those to my long term and just start adding to my positions. Let's look at Tesla on the weekly. Been consolidating a lot. Look at the futures right now. The S&P futures. This is the weekly chart, guys. Of some supports. Market still hasn't taken out that 3,800. You see the market came down to this 3,800 before. Bounced and then lost it, then bounced. Now losing that, coming back down. Does it bounce here? And if it does bounce here, that would be pretty bullish, you know, a new higher high or higher low. And if it makes a higher high. Y'all know Jay's name? Nah, Jay is Jay, bro. Is it not? Is that his like stage name? Yeah, Jay Spees. I like Tesla buys though, Jane. Might get on board with you with that one. I'd let the market shake everything out though the first 10-15 minutes tomorrow though. Once you get a clear trend, ride that trend for an hour. I do think tomorrow, right at open, the market's gonna try to flip either way, try to fake either way out. If it opens up green, it's probably gonna fake out green and go red. If it opens up red, it'll probably fake out and go green. But it depends also on PPI numbers. The thing I was saying though with the overreaction, guys, is Powell at the Jackson Hole meeting that everybody was waiting for said that he wants 75. He wants an eventual 75 basis point rate hike, and now the market's pricing that in and saying that there will be one, and getting exactly what Powell wanted and he was saying he wanted, and the market still got spooked and scared and sold. Which he's telling you that's what he wants. It happens, and you already knew it was going to happen. There really is zero reason to be that scared. So it's definitely an overreaction there. Should the market come down? Yes, CapEx and if you look at multiples and everything are definitely affected by rates, but that was a definitive overreaction today. Any more charts, guys? You guys want me to check out? Give me time frames too if you guys have specific time frames you guys are looking at. At them. Last week's climb somewhat made sense. Oil turned around, dollar turned around. Weaker dollar, less overhead for stocks and businesses, and their earnings sheets should be better. What the hell is wrong with this? The fuck is that green candle? Trading View is tripping. Last week's climb though, if you look at a chart of Dixie though and Bitcoin, it kind of makes sense with the Dixie coming down and then high risk going back up. I'd rather trade QQQ than SPX personally. The thing with the S&P that I kind of don't like is the oil, which is good for balance and keeping a diverse portfolio for S&P, but it's not that good for me if I'm just wanting to trade tech. Because if I want to go with just tech puts, SPY or SPX might be a little worse than just going QQQ, which is more tech focused. Very similar charts though, both traded exactly similarly today. Even oil fell today though. Any more charts, guys? The end of the stream probably at around 11:50, 11:55. I'll just give it a couple more minutes. Go over some of my favorite plays again, show those on screen. It's under 123.50 for Amazon daily chart. Landing spot of 105 and nice buy area at 101 to 105 area. Let's go BABA. This one will probably be the most aggressive if it breaks the trend line. Under 88. 650 is a very safe entry. Gap down to 78, I think it will just waterfall down here. That's why I like to get a month out though, just in case it takes a little longer to grind down to 78. Then 73 would be that final support before Bob is just pretty much in a free flow. I always start to sell out though over here. I don't like taking stuff that's at 52-week close because then the bottom, the bottom feeders start to come in and start to buy it up, try to think they can make money on it. Like you saw with Zoom. DA, this play already kind of broke out of its last support. Why don't I have gold or oil? I have oil in my long term. I just don't have gold. I don't care about gold. Gold to me is just kind of worthless. Long term Bob was good. Oh yeah, I definitely agree. I'm just talking technicals based on this rising wedge coming out of a bearish downtrend. Usually a rising wedge like this with higher lows. You see this low, this low, this low, and this low are all higher than each other. And this kind of double top right here, which is seen as a rejection area. You just see it not breaking out of this cloud and it coming down lower, trying to test that 78 area. And a move from 86, 88 to 78 is a very good move on puts. That's why I'm just looking at puts on it. But if you're talking long term in a time frame of 2 to 5 years, yeah, I definitely like buying Pablo. When you're buying 2 to 5 years out, you still want to look at the chart to get the best buys. What's TradingView a part of? Yeah, I think you could just make a free account actually. I haven't been on the free TradingView account in a while, so I don't know if they, got famous and now they're like trying to be, take everything and make it all paid for. But back when I was using the free, it was pretty good. I feel like they gave, I think, 4 indicators. The only reason I go with the paid version is because you can have multiple charts open. Like I could have like 8 charts open at the same time, and then I could have like 10 indicators on the same screen. Chart platform, not a broker. Yeah, my brokerage is TD Ameritrade. I just like the charts on here better. I use them all. I'll have TD Ameritrade charts up, but I personally like these because they're a little bit more clear, more customizable, and like the TD charts I feel like sometimes glitch out. But so do these you see on that Dixie, that weird green. Look at IHS, man. This small cap company that I've been buying up. I had an average around $6.20 or I think $6.30. That just ran up to $8 the other day. But market killed it. It came down hard today. Still an inside candle on this big green top though. Look at my IG, I've been buying that stock up. This is a risky stock to buy up just because it's small cap, and small caps are very affected by rate changes. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, like all these indicators I have, these are my favorite indicators to use, this Ichi setup. Everything to me, it looks pretty clean, but I know some people who might not be used to the Ichi, it might look a little bit kind of messy on their charts. So even if you take these off, they can look super clean. Just put support resistances, and I'll pull up the volume profile. Session. If you go to the 5-minute, you can see it just auto generates the volume profile for you. What I like to do here is go to settings. box, and I'll just turn this to white. Yeah, I like this volume profile though, the auto one. Just type in volume profile HD. It's a real clean chart. Get all the buys are blue, the lowest sells. Peace, Sammy. Thanks for coming out, man. Appreciate you coming. Appreciate everyone being here for the first chart and chill. I'll try to get a guest on for the second one, guys. Let's look at a spot, the session volume. Okay. See spot. Where, oh man, look at that, this little gap down area. You see, that's why I like to use these session volumes. Accumulated right here where there's a lot of buys and sells. You see the volume sticking out versus this. That's where it consolidated a lot. And then you see this shelf right here. Volume just kind of drops down and there's no volume all the way from here to here. That's what you call a volume shelf. If you're trading to the downside and you see a nice consolidation right here, break to the downside and you see a volume shelf, then you know that your take profit would be where those nearest buys are, and then you see those blue lines right over here, those are buys, so you wouldn't even sell probably until right here. So that's why I like to use the session volume profile. Same thing with QQQ. Volume shelf here, fell to the nearest support on the volume profile. Any last minute charts you guys want me to go through? Alright guys, if there's no more charts you guys want me to look at, I'm about to end the stream here. Thank you for everyone for coming out, supporting. Appreciate you guys all. I'll try to get another person to come out with me, maybe Nico or Jay. And we'll try to get it chart and chill out 2 for next week, Tuesday, same time. Let me know if you guys like this time. I might be able to do a little bit earlier or even later. Over here in the Midwest, it's like it's about to be midnight. I know over there in Cali it's a little bit, you guys just got off work kind of time, 8, 9. I could go even a little bit later, but just let me know. I'm gonna post this up too and leave it up for any of my viewers who didn't catch the live stream. And you guys can comment, let me know what you guys think. Thank you everyone. Have a good one. Have a good one. Have a good night. Alright, Jesse, I'm gonna try to do this time. Thank you guys. Peace.